to Arthur Goldstuck. He's with us via Skype. Thank you for being with us, Arthur. At least Skype is working tonight. I mean, this is incredible. These tools have become so important for communication. So people around the world are flummoxed tonight.
Good evening, Francis, and good evening to all your flummoxed viewers, because everyone thought it's their own phone that's gone wrong, because no matter where they turn, they can't connect, whether it's Facebook, whether it's WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, and even the high-tech early adopter types who use virtual reality. If they're on Oculus VR, which is owned by Facebook, they've also gone down. So anything owned by Facebook right now is down, and has been since about 5:30 or just after 5:30. In fact, we started measuring or seeing reports of outages from 5:37 to be precise, because a minute before that there was nothing. After that, suddenly it was going crazy with people complaining, people asking what's wrong, etc. And of course, Facebook is silent in all of this.
Yeah, so you were looking at Twitter, presumably, to see the complaints or outlets like that where people can talk about what's happening with Facebook.
There's actually a site called Down Detector, which tells you if a particular site is down. So if you can't reach a site, you go to Down Detector and you type it in, and Down Detector will tell you if there are other complaints. And almost instantaneously, there were thousands of complaints from around the world for any of those services, but in particular Facebook and WhatsApp and Instagram saw a huge spike in complaints, and that's why we can time it almost precisely.
Wow! So that's when South Africa was affected, but the whole world, the BBC is reporting, is being affected. You're saying there has not been a statement yet at all from Facebook?
I've yet to see an explanation from Facebook or any kind of explanation. And often what they'll say is that eventually they'll say they're aware of the problem and they are investigating, and they'll let us know once they know what the issue is. And that is usually almost presented to the world, to their customers and to the media as being an adequate explanation. And of course it isn't. It's not telling people what went wrong or why it went wrong. So we're still waiting for word from them. We're still waiting for them to even tweet. Although I don't think they'll tweet. That's going to be very embarrassing that Twitter is up and all of their services are down.
But presumably, I mean, they could do it the old-fashioned way and just speak to media outlets around the world who then report online. Would that be the best way?
You'd think, but right now Facebook has a very fractious relationship with the media after last week's revelations in the Wall Street Journal about how they had known about the effect of Instagram, in particular on teenagers' mental health. And they had been planning to launch a service for kids called Instagram for Kids. And after that backlash, they cancelled the launch for Instagram for Kids. So right now, they are running shy of the media. So this couldn't have come at the worst time for them.
So this is a potentially another potential huge PR nightmare for Facebook. Do you think that people will be outraged? I mean, this is just staggering, the scale of it. Or will we all just be relieved that we can get online again and forget about it?
No, the outrage is palpable, especially if you look at comment on other social networks, in particular Twitter. And there has been a campaign for a while for people to quit Facebook, and now it's picked up tremendous momentum as a result of this outage. I'll just give you some numbers to give you a sense of how big this is for South Africans. In our recent study called the South African Social Media Landscape that we conducted with a company called Onico, we found that of South Africans aged between 16 and 64 who use the internet, something like 94% are using WhatsApp, just over 93%, and something like 84% are using Facebook. Instagram comes in at around 70% of that audience, and Facebook Messenger not far behind that. And what that tells you is that the vast majority of internet using South Africans are heavily dependent on these Facebook properties for their communication, for family connections, updates, and news, especially in these times of the COVID-19 pandemic. People depend heavily on Facebook for family news, for example.
Yeah.
So it's across all of these platforms, and it takes Facebook months to install trust whenever they have even smaller outages than this one.
Wow, and I mean, this points to the huge issue that there are so many benefits to the world being so interconnected, but there have been warnings that means something can go wrong, and then we're all down at the same time. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. Arthur Goldstuck. But just confirmation, if you think your WhatsApp is not working, no. In fact, the BBC reporting that there is a global outage. Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, all affected, all owned by Facebook. We take a short break.